action gets back underway here at Bowlers on the latest Black Flash promotion show with unbeaten light middleweight George Killeen against Joe Hardy. The ever improving George Killeen seems to get better every time we see him. 6-0, 7th fight this since turning professional last May. I can't think of many more busier boxers. 7 fights in 14 months, and definitely benefited from the activity. George ever improving, really getting more confident I think as well, and starting to look like a really good fighter, Milan.
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know if it's still the same to this day, but up to his last fight, he's won every single round since turning pro, George Killeen. So that says it all, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, says it all. Been really, really good. Marks up under his left eye there, Joe Hardy, from a fight he had last week. George Killeen straight on that jab. His first 6-rounder tonight. He's had 6 4-rounders, as Milan just said then. Good little fact that, Milan. He's won every single round he's boxed, and now he's up to 6 rounds. As you can see, he uses that jab really well, George. That's his best weapon, and that's something they practice in my gym all the time, isn't it? Pat has them doing drills for hours, doesn't he, Milan?
He does, yeah.
Just nice and relaxed here, George Killeen. Joe Hardy just gave him a little nod and wink when one of those jabs landed, just to say, oh yeah, okay, that was good. But yeah, so really found the mark straight away.
A lot of noise coming from the crowd as well tonight. We always expect that from George, though, don't we?
I was just going to say, yeah, good family, isn't it, Milan? You know them, don't you? It's a good ticket seller. Seems to be getting more and more popular as well.
Most definitely, and he does what he needs to do. He'll go around and hand out leaflets and whatnot, George. You don't really see that these days. So he's always willing to go the extra mile, and it just shows in everything, really.
So he's got the first round under his belt here. He'll be very happy with that. See if we can get any words from Pat Barrett there in the corner. George listens to every word Pat says, and so far so good. Joe Hardy's not bothering to sit down just yet. Got some good tattoos there on his leg, Joe. Tough guy. Boxed just last week against Jamie Mellors over in Leeds, lost in 4 rounds, but straight back to business here in Manchester tonight. Can be stopped, Joe Hardy. Goes the distance most of the time, but good fighters like Ryan Amos, Marcus Tomlinson have stopped him. So if George can put his punches together, he can do it, but he'll have to pit them well. He'll have to set things up properly. He's a tough guy, Joe Hardy. I don't think stopping him will be the most important thing for Pat though, Milan, will it? Pat will just want him to follow the instructions and follow the plan.
Well, that's it.
Describe what it's like in the gym when Pat's teaching. You've been there, haven't you? You've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, I've been in the gym, seen what the boys do, not do any workout, any sort of a workout at all, and I'll come out feeling exhausted.
Be a nice little win this for George Killeen if he can. It's his birthday coming up in a couple of weeks, and as we were saying, just over 14 months as a professional. If he can get to 7-0, that's some going. There can't be many more busy prospects in the country. And one thing Black Flash Promotions have shown is that fighters that start off on these shows, people like Zelfa Barrett and Lyndon Arthur and Niall Brown, you can end up on television if you just keep running on these shows. So George is doing everything right, and if he keeps doing it right for next year, 18 months, then an opportunity will come. And then it's just a case of taking it, isn't it, Milan?
Most definitely, and I can see a bright future for George.
Yeah, doesn't panic, uses that jab well, he doesn't get involved in fights. Pat Barrett in the corner was telling him to feint with his feet during rounds, and you can see he's trying to do that. So yeah, nice and cool and calm, collected in the ring, George Killeen. We said this is third fight of the year. Started off the year with his first stoppage when he stopped George Rogers, the boxing tax expert, and then he got a straightforward win over Conor Meanwell, and now he's in here over 6 rounds with Joe Hardy. But his style doesn't really change, Milan, does it? He just does what George does. He uses that jab and straight punches.
Yeah, and he's got those punches down to the T. They work for George.
Yep, he's got his style set really early in his career, hasn't he? Is there anything coming through on the chat, on the YouTube channel?
Let's have a look. We've got a message from Trigger there. When is Lewis fighting? So Lewis is the last fight of the night. We look at that fight should be on at 9:45. If the time does change though, we will keep you posted and let you know. Just had a message in the chat. Lewis is on. Lewis isn't on at the moment. It's coming there. George Killeen beats Joe Hardy.
Third round here, George Killeen against Joe Hardy. Just over light middle, but the way George seems to grow every time I see him, I think he's going to be a middleweight before too long. Nice little left hook there from Joe. Just a little reminder for George to keep that right hand up.
John, you worked with, you done the media day interview, George. How did that go?
Yeah, it was good. George is really professional, isn't it? You know, he seems to have grasped exactly what you've got to do to be a boxer. Like you just said before, Milani, he's willing to go out and hand leaflets out and sell tickets. And when he does a media day, he knows what to say. He handles himself properly, doesn't seem bothered by the cameras. And these days, if you're going to be a professional fighter, you've got to be comfortable in front of the cameras, haven't you?
Definitely. It's almost like he's made for it, isn't it?
So far doing the business in the ring tonight as well. He's never been 6 fighting professionally before, but he'll have done 6 rounds hundreds and hundreds of times in the gym. But still in the back of his mind, there will be that little bit of thought about not wanting to put his foot on the gas too early, just in case he tires himself out. And we'll probably see him pick up the pace in round 5 and 6 when he realises he's got plenty in reserve. But so far, just following that George Killeen plan with straight punches, what works for him. Very little now coming back from Joe Hardy, is the Milan. Just seems to have just purely concentrating on defending now.
Most definitely. I mean, what else can you do in that situation?
Yeah, he knows he can. A win's probably very unlikely now. George isn't taking his eye off the ball. He's not making any silly mistakes. So Joe will just be looking to get himself through this one safely now.
Nice body shot there at the end of the round for George as well.
Yeah, just giving him a little bit of a talking to there as well, Joe Hardy, while George was throwing punches. But George isn't the type to get drawn into that. No, he won't bite. So, in fact, Joe Hardy just thought this was the fourth and final round coming up, but he's just been told that it's 6.
Not what you want to hear. It's not what you want to hear, that is it?
No, it's not what you want to hear. No, his hourly rate's just gone down.
Bonus 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 4.
Sorry, Joe, it is a 6-rounder, so you've got 3. You're only halfway there. Joe Hardy's corner are telling him to move forward, but he's not done that all night. No, he just tries to there and just gives Killeen something else to think about. Killeen straight away just gets a couple more shots off, and again it's Hardy on the back foot as it's been for much of the night. George Killeen controlling the fight from the centre of the ring.
Change of punches here.
It was, yeah. Hardy got a little bit of ambition, didn't he? And let his hands go, and Killeen got him with a left hook. But yeah, good first real exchange of a fight, that. Don't know if Nathan Hardy's decided to have a little bit of a gamble for a couple of minutes, but something a little bit different, isn't it, to watch? Because George Killeen had it totally in hand so far. Crazy, isn't it, Milan, when you think about when George turned professional 14 months ago, just how much he's grown and how much he's changed in that time.
Yeah, like I said, he improves every single time. Sure, you asked George a question, was it yourself or a question on the media day, just saying when he first started compared to what he's like now, and he was saying like the old him would have no chance to him now.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I asked him what would the new George Killeen do to the old one.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, and he said he wouldn't have any chance whatsoever. thinks he's improved so much. Nice right hand there. That's the best shot of the fight from Killeen. And the way hard he threw a couple of shots back, you know it affected him a little bit.
Bonus 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 5.
Into uncharted territory here for George Killeen, round 5, never been this far before. But, I would seriously doubt whether stamina would be an issue here, Milan. I don't think we're suddenly going to see George Killeen tire, are we, in the 5th round?
No chance. With the camps that he does, no chance.
No, ultra dedicated. Got a little gym at home, hasn't he, as well, where he does PTs and does little bits of training himself when he's not there in Collier's and Boston. So I've got all bases covered, George Killeen, and I'm sure he'll just breeze through 6 rounds the way he's done 4. Plus, Joe Hardy hasn't really done anything at all to try and empty his engine, has he? You know, he's done nothing to empty George's gas tank. George has dictated everything and dominated the fight. Nice left up to a body there from Joe Hardy, definitely from George Killeen. Sorry, Joe Hardy definitely felt that one.
Yeah, felt that.
Saw him wince, didn't we? And just moved away as soon as it landed. I think he's still feeling it actually. Should have recovered by now. George just couldn't find a punch in a similar spot. But yeah, definitely hurt him with that left up to the body. Just not throwing the kitchen sink at him, is he, Milan? He's just George is just being patient, just picking away and not really overcommitting on anything, just taking his time.
And that's it. And you know, it says a lot, because a lot of people, they do turn pro, they're trying to find the feet, so they're rushing fights, trying to, you know, rush it and ruin the work, whereas George is so composed about it and relaxed, and it's good to see.
It is. It is. He's got 5 rounds in the bank so far, 1 to go. And as Milan just said then, he's been so relaxed through 5 rounds, I can't see that changing in the 6th.
corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out for the sixth and final round.
There we go. Sixth and final round of George Killeen against Joe Hardy. Only question really is whether George just goes through the gears a little bit and tries to find a breakthrough so he can maybe stop Joe, but I think we're more likely to see him just stick to this plan that's been working so well so far and just box his way to the end of the fight. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, sending your questions, thoughts, opinions, let us know who you're supporting, sending your insults, I'll read them all out. Like a bit of a back and forth on the chat, keeps things going, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. On Facebook, we're live on Facebook as well, so yeah, don't forget to look there. Yeah, but just business as usual in the sixth round for George Killeen. Never been this far before, but a little bit of a burst there from Joe Hardy, and George kept his defences nice and tight. Just coming back with some shots of his own as well, so yeah, really good stuff to see in the last round of his first sixth round of this from George Killeen. Messages coming in the Facebook chat as well. Robert Conway, hi sweetheart, good fights these, aren't they? I'm not sure if you're directing that at me or more probably Milan, Robert, but thanks for a message. And George Giles, yeah, he's supporting George Killeen as well, so I know George has got a lot of Irish fans who tune into all his fights, so yeah, we hope you're enjoying that. I think you'll be pleased with what you've seen. Final 10 seconds, there we go, George Killeen, 6 rounds in the bank. Yeah, questions in the chat about when George will step up. I think we'll see a little step up in the next 6 months, but just banking crucial experience at the minute. Not even 21 years old yet, George, so yeah, happy with how everything's going.
I reckon it's going to remain the same, one every single round.
Yeah, I do. So this will be 7-0, not dropping around, and you can't, as you said before, Milan, what more could you want? You can't get any better than that, can you?
No, you can't get any better than that.
So Mark Lyson, referee, just totting up his scorecard. He'll hand it over to the MC, Aki Kareem. Yeah, and Joe Hardy there in the corner, just letting Killeen's corner know that left up to the body did hurt him. We were right, we saw it correctly. But George couldn't quite get the coup de grace. That's the word.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for both boxers. After 6 rounds of boxing, we go to scoring. Referee Mark Lyson scorecard remains as follows: 60 points to 54 points in favor of your man from Manchester.
Yep, as predicted, every round, so George Killeen remains perfect. He'll pose for some pictures and then he'll jump out the ring and do a little quick interview with our ringside reporter, Eleanor.